Hello everybody, I'm the Sonic Arrow and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Hopefully this is the ending of the game. It said I was halfway through, and there is a second mode called School Mode, in which something else happens. I don't know. But it involves crafting and gathering materials, so that's fun. But it is time to generate another Pokemon in our team. Generate from 1 to 493. 392! That is wacky. 392. I've never gotten one that high. So, let's head into downloads? No. No. Huh? Oh, yeah, downloads. Wait a minute. Okay, got it. Alright, I am in the right folder. I wasn't sure if I was using the sprites from Heart Gold or Soul Silver, or if I was using Diamond Pearl or Platinum. Okay, so 392. That's up in Hoenn. No, it's past that, isn't it? Yeah. Oh! 392 is Infernape! Alright, we're going down to 390, which is Chimchar. What's up, little buddy? Welcome to the family. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got Chimchar. I like Chimchar, very much so. Alright, now, when we last left off, we were in the trash pit with Kyoko. The Ultimate Despair, a group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. So what's up there? It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Oh, Kyoko, can you open that door? Do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right? Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, can you use that key of yours to open... Oh, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right? Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole, and then... Click. Yes, it opened! And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. Quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Thank God. Finally. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. Oh, I do want to mention, the secret visuals, like, with the bath scene, sorry, it probably wasn't safe for YouTube, so just be glad you missed out on it, I guess. It's on the internet somewhere, you can find it. Then there was the secret ending we got when we called out Kyoko's lie. And now, after the game's done, after Chapter 6, we get an item. The Despair something else. It unlocks a scene in the movie gallery. So, as soon as we beat the game, we get the last scene, and we're good. There's a metal ladder leading up to into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Censorship is in effect right there, because of the shadow. The ladder was impossibly long and couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. You'll need your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort? It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kira detective would never do. But the reason you give up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name, so every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really? The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. When the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the connection by blood just means... well, nothing really. I mean, I have no connection to my father for reasons I will not disclose, because personal life, yada yada yada. But he is my sperm donor. I came from him, and then I never saw him much. So, he is my sperm donor. He means nothing to me. So, no. He and I are not bound by heart or soul. So, no. My father just dead to me. The blood is the only connection. That just means if I committed a crime, it would show up with him too. So, you know. But, nah. My namesake. So the story goes that the man I was named after married into the family. I don't believe it. I believe he is my blood, but everybody says, no, he's not. So, what that means is that he and I are connected by heart and soul, but not by blood. So, I don't know. Just, blood connection means nothing whatsoever. You can call someone family and have a really strong heart with them. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Haha! Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So what's the next step once we get out of here? I should ask Kyoko. Okay. So, now what do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course. Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh? Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. But wait, that's... If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. It's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was? If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we really don't have a choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going. God. I'm glad I finally have the time to devote to playing this game now. And the rest of the series, because school's over. As of the recording now. And I am done with school until mid-January. So, until that time, I can devote some time to recordings. And I'll do something special for Christmas, I know. You'll probably see this episode after the Christmas stuff, because I still have yet to upload the rest of Zero Escape. Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. This time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that matters to you, right? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as the Black End and then executed, right? But hey, what are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Black End and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come out to our aid even after you'd killed it. Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right? No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence. I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire. But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because of what he said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Grr. Of course, you can say we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Grr. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours? To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. Yes! Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of their mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Very. Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you're suggesting might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax. Does that mean you accept? If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final Grizzly showdown. I'm loving this game. God, they say if you enjoy puns, you were raised by at least a mild narcissist, and I was. I absolutely was. And I'm loving these puns. I make puns all the time. Like, if I'm looking at a pile of hay, I'll say, "Hey, bales." I stole that joke from Danny's Sex Bag of Game Grips, of course. Ow, my back! Oh, that sent a tingle up my back and it itches. Oh, got it. At least it's not as bad as coughing and throwing my back out. Alright, hydration time, everybody. He agreed! We still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. Man, that pun has some good koala-tea. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. You can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out. But before we start, I want to verify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held. I remember that for sure. So what? I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations, which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What? Are you telling me the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you, so get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later. You need to start getting it ready. Super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair. Sorry, I'll stop now. Oh, I'll put a claw in it. I'll put a paw in it. I don't know. Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Onokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? They had no choice but to accept. Huh? It's all because of that one moment that the Mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was that? When was it that the Mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't there to hear it myself. Do you remember what the Mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. So unbearably impossible. I'm sorry. You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. Yet somehow the Mastermind was able to do it. But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason? They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Killing each other? They wanted to show the world? The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Wait, so does that mean if a camera was positioned right in the gym, they could see that we wet the bed in 5th grade? Oh, God. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. Oh, and if there was cameras in the courtroom, the class courtroom, then does that mean everybody heard our secrets anyway? At least that Mondo killed his brother or something? So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why? To prove a point, most likely. Prove the point? The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right? And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous. You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. The group whose only purpose and motivations come from despair, but is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What? Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignore their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves? That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. They then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work. Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. When that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form. It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they had violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge. Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. So let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? I don't know. Wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time. Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone. Is that really possible? Huh? Right now, we have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Man, I love this game. So what are we doing exactly? So we have to go to Despair Hotel, or the Inn. You know, I always wondered why it was labeled Inn over here, but then I read about school mode, and it's just like an RPG or something. Probably in the dining hall. I'm wrong, aren't I? And suddenly, we were greeted with... You again. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. 61. Jeez, what the heck? I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survive. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Wait, what's that smell? Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo! Shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. And where can we go to find new clues? Still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life. Not too many people can say they've had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Makoto, what's it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world. Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? I don't know. Ugh, you stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, everywhere you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma. Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you? That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial? We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously? What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you. Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then, who is it? What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro? It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die. You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Make it sound like it was easy. I just, But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast again to leverage you needed, didn't you? Very observant of you. I recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said, now it is the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to. Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now? It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? Well, we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right? You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now, so if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? Aha! Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, of all of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Cap. That's a load of cap. Monokuma said that, did he? And Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Wait! Chihiro. Not as weak now, is he? Only one Monokuma can be controlled at a time, and Chihiro can set up alter ego. So those are the two sides of Monokuma's coin. There's him and alter ego. He set up alter ego to get everybody to start thinking along the lines of, I'm helping. But then alter ego went Terminator rebellious, except in reverse, and saved Makoto. And Monokuma is of the same variety of computer program that can keep going even after Chihiro was killed. Because Chihiro was killed. I think I solved this case. But why? The mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro. As Kyoko says, the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that. But according to Monokuma, the only people who've set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is one of us. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them. And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us? You can't be serious. Well, wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. That is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're in an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back-and-forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point, I can rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. What do you want to bet Byakuya and Kyoko are somehow related? Like, either the Kirigiris are a branch of the Togami family or vice versa. But since the Togami family is so high up, it would be easier to imagine the Kirigiris are branching off. And the branch happens at Kyoko's father. That's why he left the family, didn't become a detective. He was more in tune with the Togami blood. Boom! Another mystery solved. I don't know. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Gah, master, he didn't take me with him. Do you blame him? Without master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless! Just a cup? So, bye. That Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone, and you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. Wait, how come? Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up to now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto, that's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm going to go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. So, you're going to go off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together. It goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right. Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check. Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? Guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up till now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double-check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check. Okay. So, first let's head to the 4th floor. Right, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to the data center. Ah, Makoto, you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door. So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been locked, that one should open too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? That'd really suck, so you open it. Sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Yeah, no. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Oh, wait, let me take cover first. Don't want to get exploded. Hina raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. Threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. BAM! There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? No. Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room is control panel. It looks like some kind of cockpit. That could mean... Alright, let's start poking at her or whatever. I'm going to start pushing buttons. Oh, hold on, you can't just or whatever something like this. It was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. Hina, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? Took a good look at the control panel. And I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. Just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. When we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably go better check it out. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. That's Monokuma's higamajigger. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Roar! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Aw, man, busted. How did you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here. Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it! Aw, man! Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Give me all your donuts. Seriously, I want a turn. Mom said it's my turn on the M-Box. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? Well, you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yep, looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma, which means the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. This control room is totally separate from the data center area with all the monitors. In other words, maybe the Mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. If the Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, it means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But they control it from the data center. So there's no possible way they could have gotten here before the 4th floor was open. Okay, hold on, just one sec. Okay, but like I was saying, the 4th floor wasn't open from the start, so they had to be up here first. But if that is true, it's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Hope Speak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Well, since the game began, that means he was here already. Then the mastermind Monokuma's puppeteer really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? Monokuma control room has been added to the truth bullets section. What's wrong, Makoto? Don't like that face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Oh, well, it's just, this is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. Click. As soon as the door to the data center closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door just locked on its own. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma? Hey, no fair, you can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit, because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room, as you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room. Correctamundo. But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there, and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad, that was your one big chance and you blew it. Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. He's gone, but was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault. Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. There's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found. Nice, you got me all motivated again. Okay, I'm out. See you later. Hino took off at full sprint. I have to do what I can too. That's the only way forward. Okay, now to the headmaster's room. Here we go! I'm probably exploding your eardrums doing that. Let me... There. That's probably better! I don't know. This is the headmaster's room. Heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Hey, Makoto. Are you ignoring me? Think I'll forgive that just because you're you? When we get out of here, remember this moment. Wow. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean something interesting? Take a look at this. Class 78 student roster. It's on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry? Contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro. Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room... That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers, there can be no doubt. Mukuro was just a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh, what do you mean? Talk about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. What's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What? When it comes to this profile, there is more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats. Close, but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if it is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle, wounds, or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? Wait a minute! When she entered the school, she showed no signs of battle wounds or scars. So why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was. What's wrong with Kodo? Huh? You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file you should note. Well, what is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our Class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it'll even list her vitals. 31, 22, 32. Hips, waist, thighs? Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. It wouldn't hurt to confirm, right? That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So back to being Byaku's errand boy. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. So now that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh? The cost of that faith might get you more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. Class 78 student registry. Apparently that's us. It has profiles on me and everyone I met at the beginning, and Mukuro. Just like us, Mukuro was apparently a new student here at Hope's Peak. Part of the Ultimate Despair. Mukuro Ikusaba showed signs of battle and scars. Sakura Ogami has signs of battles and scars. I don't know. Let's just focus on what we're supposed to do. Means her and the Mastermind should have been allies. But then why would the Mastermind kill her? Weren't they friends? No. There were trophies and even a shield in the display case. It's a lot of pictures of people. Bookshelf seems really well made and it's filled with files and thick books. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Alright then. Now to the 5th floor. To the biolab. Raw. Like meat? Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I swear it was... Oh no, it's just my sock. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Well, what's in here? Some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the other side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... These ones are all some kind of weird machine or something built on the wall. I've seen something like this before, and that's it. Ah, that's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? Should probably take a closer look around. Some kind of weird machine. Right hand lights are off. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is where all the dead bodies are reported. Or stored. Stack of tarps here. Been seeing a lot of those things lately. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. Looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge. While looking around, I think I get it. Seems clear to me now. Some kind of makeshift morgue. And about those lights by each slot. Looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on, which means inside each slot lit up in blue is another one of the victims is. Can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Can I look? Some kind of weird machine. One's on the left. The right-hand lights are off. What's in these? Icicles hanging from the monitor. Alright. Now to the dorms. I should have gone there first. What's wrong with me? Alright, you know what? Map. Dormitory. I have to discover the fast travel point. That's right. I don't know where Toko is. Oh, she's probably at the dojo or something. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. So that's just more of the ceiling. It's not the outside. Whoa! It's unlocked? This bed is completely torn apart. And it's not even really bed anymore, it's just garbage. I got mana coins for that? What about in the bathroom? Is there something there? Open the door just a crack, glance inside, and immediately close it again. There wasn't even a hint of bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Jesus. There's nothing to examine. What? This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hope Speak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers from the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean, well, let's just give it a try. Took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader, and then, no luck. Maybe only a locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. Looks like this locker's already broken. I don't think this locker's going to open up. What if I can open this locker? Nope, locked. Card reader. Can I open any of these? Can't imagine able to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. Whoopsie! Hmm? This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere. It's a headmaster's private room. Kyoko! I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? What's wrong? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Alcohol. Potted plant. Is it a ficus? Nah, probably not. Computer. There's a PC on the desk. Must move along to the headmaster. Whoever used this last, it looks like they were interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. We might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair. There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know. The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair. And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best you could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Ultimate Despair has been added. We'll have a chair. Can't imagine a student using something like this. Must have been the headmaster's. The desk is home to a computer. Must belong to the headmaster. Oh, wait. I see it now. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? It's like an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something? Very easy trick. Yes. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up. But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We really can't go from there. Alright, that's not nearly enough to go on. I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think I can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think what the password might be. sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure? It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But it's not that, it might just hurt Kyoko even more. If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. Collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. Typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked! Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. He cared about his little girl more than anything. Hey, Kyoko? May as well not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed only on one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a brightly colored box here, seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it, but I mean, we can't not open it. Okay. Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh? If it is what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there? Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. Took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Lifting, light began to seek its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Get! Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined? Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones! Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him? What you found in the box? Those bones? That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Same man she's been searching for? But hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him? Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. Killing game began with 16. Only people who take a single step are the 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume. And most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. She really gave up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. Must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Well, this is annoying. Came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all the time, he must have really cared about her. What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. It's the whole reason I came here, and now he's abandoned me again. This time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. What's over here? Headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without permission. Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure? Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. Went to the last drawer. Huh? Is this? It's NIE handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk. A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why do you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. But then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it? I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but... Could you leave? Huh? Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry. Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. He's the one who finalized the plan to isolate you. Was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. Seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... one of us. 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive, and there's no question. You know, hold on a sec. I take issue with what Makoto just said. Not the idea behind it, just the words. He started a sentence with a contraction. Why can he do that and I can't in an English essay? What's so grammatically incorrect about starting with and, or but, or? You can start with or. You can't start with but. And you especially can't start with and. That adds to a list and is part of the same sentence. Screw you, English teachers. Every last one of you. You can start a sentence with a contraction. It ain't gotta be a noun. As long as there's a noun, a predicate, and a subject. Wait, a subject, a predicate, and a verb. That's it. Subject. Me. Verb. Hates. Predicate. English teachers. Not English teachers. Rules of the English language. We don't speak the English language anymore. We speak American in English class. What in the hell is wrong with starting with and, but, and or? Nothing. Absolutely not a damn thing. You can start with nor. Neither this nor that. You can start with a contraction. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If they do, they are liars. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Boom. There's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. So Kyoko is there. The data center is locked with Monokuma in there. Ryaki is there. The garden. Toko's there. And Hina is somewhere else. She's running around telling everybody what's up. It's not any of us. I can tell you that much. Why did I turn 270 degrees instead of the easier 90? This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, can't bring myself to go in. Okay, what about the boys' room? Same shit. I need the room with that giraffe in the locker on it. Seriously, what is that? What if I can open this locker? Nope. The headmasters. This thing's practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. Don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's some writing inside. It could be important. Only violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It's like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter, and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what's it doing in this locker? What she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? Quickly scan the remaining pages of the notebook. Must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. When I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we must survive. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? There's a second despair. Nothing there. Looks like a locker opened. Let's see what we've got. Don't see anything that might be a clue. What about here? It sounds like the background music's tapping. Might be something like a hollow bit of bamboo. And that kind of drum sound sounds like it might be a bongo. Whoa! Locker's totally disorganized. Whoever belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. Picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook contained a large number of notes from a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? I mean, there's his crystal ball. This is a crystal ball. Huh? Crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Can we talk to him about it? What's it? Ugh. Is this deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's no denying that someone wrote the name Yasuhiro Hagakure in this notebook. Is that our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes from a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? That can't be possible. But the more I see, the less it makes sense, because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. Nothing. These aren't ever going to open. Jeez, now this feels like out of a horror game. Like, we're finally exploring the rundown remains of a school. And something happened here. We have amnesia. We woke up. I don't know. It's just, it's cool. Alright, now to the dojo. Right? Headmaster's room, biolab, data center. Has a door with Monokuma logo. Second floor dorms. Okay, to the garden and the dojo. To the garden! Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. Better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to a dead body, but if it's not here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case, so I'd better look into it. Killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp in one corner of the tarp. It says biolab? Then this originally came from the biolab? Ah! I thought Toko was in the garden. That's all I really needed to check here. Poor babies. Still just the 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that. Oh no, Toko was in the dojo. Alright, to the biolab again. Nope. This way. Raw! Alright, alright, alright. Stack of tarps here. Been seeing a lot of these things lately. No. Some kind of machine. Okay, so we don't check the bodies are in there, but there should be 10 lights on, 10 and 6 off. I'm going to the garden. Dojo, I mean. I'm going here. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were. Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toko. Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're going to call me useless. Good for nothing. Nobody's going to say that. Master will. No. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm going to get going. Wrong. Which wooden lockers here? Found a clue in here, but it was just the mastermind's attempt to frame Kyoko. Tiger seems pretty far. I'm always amazed to see what people can do with a bow and arrow. Oh, I'm always amazed to see what they can do. Suit of armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese. Let's talk to Toko. Why? Why is everything... I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm going to get going. What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Oh, hey, hero. Ah! Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd you say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait! There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? Like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in his locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? Sorry, I am picking my nose. I'm so sorry. Ugh. I was tickling. Hello, welcome, welcome. Hello, are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room, we looked at that file. Mukuro Ikusaba? Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? Even more than that, just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. Am I in that picture? No, I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. And I'm looking at it. It's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture is all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. What's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me and didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean, could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you going to keep up this rambling... Keep up this rambling soliloquy? Soliloquy of yours, Hamlet. You're kind of getting in the way standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out. But, I told you, I'm not fielding any questions. What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. Guess that means he's done talking. Damn it! Group photo's been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. With that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did you put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Sick rock beats, bro. Where is everyone? 4th floor. Hey, Hero. What? Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No. No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It was like he was avoiding me, like he was afraid of me. Why? Well, Toko's in the picture. Toko's not here anymore. See, I'm on the 5th floor, so let's go to the 4th. Here we go. Oh, that's right, nobody was here. Everyone was up here. Ah, the biolab. I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her, passed out, again. Huh? Toko? It's open. Oh, but Toko. Toko, are you okay? No, she's not dead, is she? Wah! It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold, I think I might catch cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. But you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right, your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. It's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. Just like Jack's memory has been added to the truth bullet section. But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know, I'm sure Byakuyo's around here somewhere, doing his own investigating. By himself? I assume so. I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Doko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. There's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Yeah, this thing! The fridge, it's open. I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out. She faints so easily. Kyoko! It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay? I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize. About this room. Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah, I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she fainted? I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear. I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside, and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her? We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea. Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong? Maybe we should wait a sec before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body's inside the fridge? Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess. You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation. I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do? Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. What about the rest? Seen these ones over here occupied. So when someone's in there, blue light comes on. Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Biolab lights. Ah ha ha ha! Should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Where? Yet there. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not? The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. Wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? It's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. For all, she's in it too. Fridge, can't do it. I can't look. These ones aren't. The blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Ah, it's the same one I found in the garden tool shed. If I remember that tarp, it had a stamp on it that said Biolab. Which means that the body, that Mukuro, that body right there was already dead. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. And there's signs of blunt force trauma. What if that... Oh, no, wait. It couldn't be the headmaster because there were fake nails on it. Tarp has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Wait! Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Wait. Truth Bullets. Group photo. I want to see... Ah, I can't see Junko's, fingers. You can't see it here either. The nice guys never want to talk to me. I think Makoto gets me, though. Maybe I should introduce him to one of my more aggressive friends. Huh. Already? Geez, that was fast. Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So, did you find anything? I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. Been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. I was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old. No, it's Junko's body! Where does it say they're old? Huh? All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference. Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give. You seem to be equating several days old with simply old. That doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it. What if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What? Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many? A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can. They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account has been added. So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight. 5'7", 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then, don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake. The victim in this case is without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba. Ah! Damn! So the Junko idea is out the window. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of the handbook. Is that all you want to ask? Yeah, I think so. Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh, wait. We're not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this? Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim. Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive? I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Ah, hold on. Still have one more thing to do. So we need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask. Go ahead then, out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here? What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms? I do, yes. But to get into any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook. When you found it at the headmaster's hidden room. So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook. What makes you say that? Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father. Huh? Could that mean that video is real too? Video? I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you said with my own two eyes. Oh, let me get the headmaster's handbook. That way you can... That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker? If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD, and it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews. I found it in that hidden room after you left. I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Oh, now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble? So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. Not because of the mastermind. But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the Mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the Mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the Mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness. So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it. Her smile was filled with sorrow. So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right. But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth deserves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean? Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. It's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange. Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. Got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Rock on! Alright. How long have I been going? Yeah, I gotta stop it here. It's over an hour and a half. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. That will be it for this episode. I'm gonna roll right into the next one because I cannot put this game down now. Even though it is, like, 12 to midnight, I don't care. I'm going. So, we're just gonna get through with it. I might go to bed before the class trial, but most likely not. So, with that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!